Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So tomorrow is finally the day. The day has come where I'm running in my first ever ultramarathon race slash event, whatever you want to call it. So we're starting just outside of London and we're finishing in Hackney. I think we're finishing by some food courts, which is going to be good for Lib. Lib is here to support. She's going to be ready with all the carb drinks for me because I don't really like gels, so I'm going to be trying carb drinks as I'm running with electrolytes and obviously carbs in. At the moment I don't feel too nervous yet. I feel pretty chill. I've been eating carbs throughout the day. We've travelled down on the night. The time at the moment is 8:45, so we literally came down straight after work. Everything's set. I've got my shoes over there. I've got my race day outfit hung up. My glasses, my running glasses. My oats behind the camera. My shake. So yeah, I'm pretty much all set now. And like I say, I'm not feeling too nervous. That is probably going to change tomorrow morning when I'm going to have to try and eat and drink, which I think is the worst bit of the whole event, to be honest, because you just feel anxious, nervous. Well, I do anyways. But I'm gonna have a warm shower and then I'm gonna get straight into bed, get a good night's rest. I never normally struggle to sleep before a race day, to be honest. I've done all my training now and tomorrow is just a celebration. I'm gonna honour my commitment that I made to run this race, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So warm shower, bed, and I'll catch you tomorrow morning where I'm probably going to sound and feel a lot different. Good morning everybody. So it's race day. I'm not feeling too bad, to be honest. I've had a shower, I've brushed my teeth, had my shake. Now I've got to try and get a bit of porridge down me, so I'm having the Quaker Big Pot Golden Syrup ready in 2 minutes. But I don't know, I don't think it's gonna. My worry is that it's not gonna stay down because I can feel my stomach already just full of nerves, full of anxiousness. So I want to do a little taste test. We've actually got Shaun the Sheep on as well. Wait, is it Shaun the Sheep?
It's just finished.
Oh, it's just finished. We've got something else on. Oh no. Oh.
If you have one pizza, but there are 4 of you, how do you make sure you each get the same amount? With the help of fractions. For 4 people, simply divide the pizza in fourths.
Oh man, I don't think I'm going to be able to eat all that. Probably half. One thing about me is that before a race, or before a big event like this, I really do struggle to get the correct fuel in me the morning before. But that's just my reality, because I just always worry thinking I'm going to be sick, because I'm sick quite easily. Like, if you gave me a banana, I'll probably sick a banana back up because I hate the smell of banana. But yeah, I'm going to try and eat this. I'll let you know how I get on. And then yeah, I'm going to get ready. It's just past 7 now. Liv's going down for breakfast at 7:40, so I'll go and sit with her and just overthink. But I'll show you my race day full outfit in a second. Outfit check. We've got some running glasses. Don't know what brand they are. I've got my Roam top on. Then we've got just some Gymshark shorts, some nice comfy socks, and some red Saucony, however you pronounce it, Saucony running shoes. I can't remember exactly what model, whatever you call it. Lib is going down to breakfast, looking very beautiful. She is my aid lady. She's going to sort me out through the race, maybe keep you updated. I'm going to have the camera as well, but she'll have it in the first little bit. So, right, let's go and get some breakfast. Woo! After going back through all the footage, I just wanted to, after each checkpoint, I'm just going to insert a clip of me speaking so that I can give you a bit more context to what was going on. So initially I planned to hold the camera after the 12 kilometres or the 10 kilometres and take you through the race with me. But with how fast I was going, because I was going a little bit faster than planned, and that's something I'm going to speak about at the end when I give a bit of an overview of the race. Also, like how hot it was. The sun was baking down on us. So yeah, I just want to give you a little bit more context to what's going on, so that it's more of a useful and entertaining video. So yeah, my first checkpoint, it was 12 kilometres in, and I was under a 5-minute kilometre pace, which was what I was aiming for the start, just to get a few kilometres in fairly quick, so then I can crack on for the next, basically like it'd be just under a marathon left. Now something that wasn't the best on the 10th or 11th kilometre, I was with a pack, so you'll have seen I've come in with a pack of people, just 3 or 4 of us. We got lost during that, so time-wise, obviously the clock's still running, watch is still going. We got lost because it wasn't as signposted probably as we needed. So we was having to ask just random people, have you seen anybody running? But obviously there's a lot of people running, not just in the race, it's just people running generally. So yeah, we got lost, but I started pretty well, felt comfortable, felt happy. Was nice and flat, only a bit of incline, but that incline was then decline straight afterwards. So yeah, it wasn't too bad. But that was the only issue, that we got lost, and then obviously you're losing time, and you're having to have the stress of finding out where to go. Luckily enough, I was with a pack of people, so it was all kind of working together. But yeah, that was the first segment of the race.
Yeah, and you're feeling it a bit too much? What's in it?
So I've now hit the next checkpoint, and that is 25 kilometres in. Still feeling fairly good apart from my groin, which Lib's going to explain more in the next clip. But yeah, groin was giving me a little bit of issues. The only problem was, and I don't know whether this was in the race pack or the description, was that after the first checkpoint, the rest was on the canal, and I ran my first ever race, which was from Wolverhampton to Birmingham, all on the canal, and I absolutely hated it really, because it was boring, same scenery, and you didn't really see anybody out there. It was just kind of you and 3 or 4 runners that you kind of stayed with most of the time. And not only that, the sun was just beating down on us. I'm not very good in the sun anyways, I can burn quite easily. I didn't have any sun cream on. I don't know if you can tell in my face that if I'm a little bit red, but my legs are quite brown, which I'm glad for. They haven't burned, they are quite brown, but that just made everything a lot more difficult in the race. It was lucky I had all my electrolytes planned, because if I didn't have any of that stuff, then I'd have found it even more difficult. Then what was going through my mind was, because it's so hot, is this going to make me sick? I'm losing a lot of sweat. I'm still carrying that good pace where so 25 kilometres in, I was still going under 5 minute kilometres, which I never planned for. I just felt good, and I thought I'll carry this on, because then if I struggle later on, I've clawed a lot of time to climb to start off with. So yeah, that was the second segment, 25 kilometres in.
So, checking in, just left Joe about halfway. You will have seen he's doing very well. He said he's having a bit of a groin problem on his left groin, so I have given him an ibuprofen just to try and, I don't know, I mean it's not going to do much for him, but just to try and neutralise any kind of pain that we can. So he's halfway now. It is 12 minutes past 11, and we are going to head to the next checkpoint, at which point he will be Let me just check he's wrote it all down. I think it's 35 km in, so only the 15 to go. Oh, 37 km in. So the next time we see him, he'll have 12 km to go, which is unbelievable. He's absolutely smashing it. I think he's on time for what he wanted to be, so he's doing amazing, and we are navigating well. He's 2 drinks in, he's got 1 drink left to go. Oh, that one's the worst one, but yeah, smashing it. So I'll check back in with you when we meet him at the next checkpoint. So I'm back again. He's just texted me to say he's averaged under 5 minutes per km so far, so he's got loads of time, because he was planning on starting out the first 12 km at 5 minute pace, and then he was giving himself 5:13 minute pace for the rest of the race, so he's actually smashing it. So that will be unbelievable. He should come in a lot earlier than he thought he will, so that's fantastic. And yeah, we're keeping in, it's good. He must be enjoying it, because he's keeping in touch with me on the phone, which is good, because it means that I can make sure I'm at each station for him. But yeah, so yeah. Woo!
The third and final checkpoint, and for me, this was the toughest one. I was in a pretty bad state. Mentally, yeah, I was exhausted. Physically, legs was in bits. Probably prior to me going much quicker than planned. But yeah, I was in a real bad way, suffering. I was just trying to keep my mind out the gutter, keep going over things. I was just thinking of the dogs, Liv waiting for me. Anything I could to just shift my mindset. And this sounds like quite silly, but somebody come past me and they was wearing orange socks, and I just fixated on those orange socks, on his steps, and for the last 2 kilometres, because I was at 35, I just kind of carried on with his rhythm, which quickened me up slightly, which got me there quicker, and yeah, like gave me something to just get me out of the rut I was in. And it's so indescribable how you feel if you haven't been through it, but you're in so much pain and agony, and your mind's just working against you. You literally, your back's up against the wall, you've hit the wall, and it is really tough. And which is why you sign up to, I guess, which is why you sign up to these sort of things. It's not going to be nice unless you're running like a real slow pace. So yeah, I came into that one, the clip that you've just seen. I came in and I was just thinking, I've got 13 kilometres to go, because that was a 37 kilometre point. I've got 13 kilometres to go. How am I gonna do it? Because I'm so achy, I'm so stiff. Everything on the lower body's like hurting, but I've got to do it, because I've got to get to the finish line. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I'm going to give you an overview of the race. It's now the day after, so I've had a good night's sleep. I've let everything sink in. My legs are aching, everything is sore, still in a bit of pain, but I'm well chuffed with how that race went for me. So personally, time-wise, I kind of in my mind was going in for 4 hours 30. I did, to begin with, say I didn't want to think about a time, and I wasn't too fixated on the time. So if I didn't get 4 hours 30, I wouldn't have been upset or annoyed with myself. I just wanted to complete my first ever ultra. So this is my first ever experience of running one. So I want to give you an overview of the race, how I thought it went, things that I liked, things that I didn't like. So I'll start off with things that I like. Stopped at a lovely, nice hotel, Premier Inn beforehand, and the event said that it was right by the start line, which it was. So literally could wake up, 2 minutes walk, and then you're at the start line. Obviously the aid stations was nice. Sometimes there can be too many. There was 3 or 4. I think there's 3. And I thought they was all at a nice distance. So there was one at 12, one at 25, the halfway point, one at 37, and obviously you're then at the end. So I thought that was quite nice. They sent you a breakdown of where like somebody would need to be. So Liv was following me throughout the whole of the race, so she could be there to give me everything that I needed. So that was good. Negatives for me. I think it cost £59. So obviously not probably like average range for a race that long. The medal was a bit naff. I haven't got it on me. I think it's in the car. It's just a piece of wood. Looks very cheap compared to the Rome one 2 weeks ago, which was like so heavy. It was like just proper. That one wasn't the best, and I mean this could have been as well in the description. So if it is, obviously it's my own fault for signing up. 40 kilometres of the race was on the canal, and I absolutely hate running on the canal because it's just so much of the same. And you can't have much support. So, for example, 2 weeks ago, running in Rome, obviously you were surrounded by people the whole time. Everybody was cheering you on, nice loud music. So, but you can't have that on the canal just because you've got regular people walking, running, biking, and so it just doesn't happen. So I found that particularly like more difficult. So the circumstances was more difficult just running the 50 kilometres. The heat, which obviously is uncontrollable, it was a real warm day. Literally from I'd say 10 o'clock, so only an hour into the race, the sun started to really start to cook us, and I struggled in the heat. So that's another factor that happened yesterday. But again, that's like I say, it's uncontrollable. The event can't control that. I'm just saying like my personal experience of the first ultra. And I'd say that's probably about it for negatives. So if you like running on a canal, then obviously that could be the race for you. I mean, a positive of the canal is it is fairly flat most of the way. There's only a few like little slight inclines, but they always like get a decline afterwards. But I'm just chuffed. So I mean, I stopped my watch at 4 hours 18, but then when I uploaded it said 4 hours 23, and then my chip time was 4 hours 20, 5 or 6. I was aiming for 4 hours 30. I started off like a house on fire, which I'm happy with because I kept under the 5 minute kilometre mark for 30 kilometres. And I hit a marathon PB, so my marathon beforehand in Newport last year was 3 hours 39, and that was quite comfortable for me. I found that fairly easy, a real enjoyable race, got to take in a lot. I shaved 2 to 3 minutes off, so I think it was 3 hours 37 that I hit in my ultra, and obviously you probably shouldn't be going for a PB in your marathon when you're running an ultra, because your ultra's about pacing yourself to hold the distance. So yeah, it's a day after. Like I said, really chuffed. Now for me, it's about I'm going to get back in the gym for 3 months, build up some more strength, and carry on my running. I'm going to reduce it to twice a week and just cover around 30 kilometres. Because that's what I want to do at the moment. Because for me, last year after my marathon, because I don't like running in the heat as much, I felt a little bit lost with my training because I didn't know what was really next for me. So what I've decided to do is, instead of like planning things well in advance, I've just thought, right, I'll see how I feel after each event. And I knew after this event that I trained for, so I've been training from like January, end of December up until March, and I've had 2 weeks off in Sri Lanka. I knew that after this I was going to give my body a little bit of a rest from running, get back in the gym, get nice and strong, and then I'll probably after 3 months get back into running and just give my legs a little bit of a rest and see what's in store for me next. It might be a longer race, it might be shorter races, but trying to increase pace. I'm not too sure yet, and I can't say for certain. But I definitely enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed that push, that mental strain that it has on you, the physical strain it has on you. I do really enjoy that because I always want to just build evidence to show that I can do hard things. And yeah, it was difficult, it was hot, but yeah, like I say, I am well chuffed. So if you liked today's video, make sure to give it a like. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next video.